Hello and welcome to Lechali Batein. Today's episode, we are also bringing it remotely. I'd like to appeal to all my viewers to stay at home, stay healthy, and stay positive. We are all going through a very difficult time, but I know together, you and me will win this fight against Corona. We will together defeat Corona. Our guest today is renowned occupational therapist, Dr. Durgesh Pathak, and we're going to discuss with Dr. Pathak how parents can transform themselves into therapists as we go through the lockdown for COVID-19. Dr. Durgesh Pathak, welcome to the show. Swagat hai aapka.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Durgesh Pathak. I'm an occupational therapist and working in the Janakpuri Super Specialty Hospital. Apart from this hospital, I have been associated with several other hospitals also, and I have been designated as a disability board member to assess the neurological disability by the Delhi government. First of all, I would like to thank to the Subhadip sir for giving me this opportunity to interact with you all in this pandemic condition, COVID-19. I hope I will be any help of you in this condition. I will be really happy if I can be of any help.
Good.
So
sir, I have a quick question. So, अभी इस जो condition में से हम गुजर रहे हैं, so obviously everybody is getting very restless, including all of us, trying to be at home, and especially for kids. And among the kids, especially those kids who are in the autism spectrum. So I wanted to ask you, being an occupational therapist, especially at these times, a lot of parents are not being able to take their kids for therapy. And as a result, there may be some challenges that they're facing. So it will be very good for us to understand from you how parents can become therapists at home, what tips you can share with them, and obviously, and towards the later half of the show, we'd also like to discuss how you could suggest to the parents that they can keep their calm, they can be mentally healthy and stay positive, because we, like every one of us, they are also at risk of burning out, and they also need some respite. So I pass it on to you for your views.
Sure. Actually, as we know, this special needs children, since they were already taking the regular therapy, and suddenly there is a break. So it's very difficult for the parents also to manage them. Some of the kids, they are taking the online therapy session also, but still, what I suggest them is like being a parent, what you can do at your home. They are trying to, do the experiment with some new skill also. But in those cases, I just recommend don't change in the routine. Don't introduce any new thing suddenly, since change in the routine may be confusing for our child and lead to feelings they can't describe or understand, such as fear and the frustration. So behavior changes sometimes may occur. So by providing a comfortable and the predictable environment may help your child feel safe and in control. Spend time together doing things that your child enjoy. Another thing, like your child may have a difficulty with the changes in the schedule and or the environment. So you please help your child to keep busy throughout the day. Try to keep a structure in your child's day. Like establish consistent schedule for waking up, meals, play, school work course, physical activities, bedtimes, and the other routines also. And another thing, that arrange designated time for those children who are using computer and the electronic device. Similarly, you can find books, games, and projects that your child enjoy. And the most important thing is that take some time to get fresh air and the connect with the nature also. If you have a terrace or balcony area, you can go over there and just do the walking and some kind of stretching also with the children, or some little exercise, so that they can get the exposure of the fresh air also and the nature also. Then the next point, like your child may not understand why school are closed, why the therapy center are closed. So explain that in order to help keep everyone healthy, and sometimes students have to stay home instead of going to their school. This, like, by this way, you have to make them understand. Okay, so let them know it is still important to do their homework, and that the school staff will let everyone know when they can come back to the school. And in the meantime, you have to reassure yourself that your child is safe at home.
Fantastic, sir. Sir, is there any presentation that you could share with us, and so that we can go into a little bit more details on some of the points that you have shared with us?
I just would like to share that my presentation, sir. Shall I go ahead, sir?
Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, we can see the presentation.
Yes. This is the presentation especially I made when I just spoke to the Subhadip sir, that I have to address some few parents, those who are really facing some kind of difficulty, some kind of problem, how to manage their child, and even like that parents are also getting difficulty how to, what are the mantra to stay positive, not to get burnout. So basically, when
sorry, before you go on, I just wanted to also call out that some parents have sent me a few questions. Sure. If I don't hear them addressed through this presentation, towards the end of the presentation, I would need 5 minutes to post those questions to you.
Sure.
Thank you.
So by the end of this presentation, your listener will be able to learn like what are the role of the occupational therapist during the pandemic condition like COVID-19. Then we'll talk a little bit about like as a healthcare professional, what we can advise to keep yourself safe, and what are the advice for the parents to manage differently able children. And in the last, like I would like to give some mantra to stay how to stay positive and not to get burnout. So let us start with the role of occupational therapists in the pandemic condition like occupational COVID-19. So whenever we talk about the occupational therapy, the general perception which comes in everyone's mind that occupational therapists only deal with the special need children. But when I look in the depth, there is more to it. Maybe our role comes a little later because we are considered to belong in the rehabilitation center. We still cannot avoid the fact that we do work in the acute care center as well. And to sum it up, I can define my role in here. See, suppose there are a patient diagnosed with the COVID-19 positive, and there are those who are quarantined awaiting the test results, and are going through a random thoughts, maybe to a level where they are willing to live, but going through immense stress and the anxiety. So why I strongly believe that they need an occupational therapist to improve their current quality of life. So they are spending the entire day with so many thoughts, not knowing how they should channelize their thought process. Somehow, like some people can say that we cannot go out there in the severe infection to add on to just existing problem. But what I feel, if the working doctors, working physician can wear PPE and treat them, then why cannot there be an occupational therapist with the same protective measure and helping those patients relax and make them understand the course of disease and what can they expect out of the situation. Because when someone is a victim, there is a thought block, and we cannot ignore the mental health in this crisis, since psychological upliftment has always been the first point. So we can have a number of ideas to help them spend their day as long as they isolated, focusing on their physical activities and basic bedside exercises also. The next role which comes like we provide the information on the REC prevention. When we talk about the REC prevention, this is something how to prevent the future death, post-stress traumatic disorder. Apart from this, we just provide the information to parents of children regarding importance of daily monitoring in house. Since special need-based children, just because of their problem and stereotypic behavior, they have challenges in the coughing reflex because their coughing reflex is weak. So they might not express what problem they are facing and exactly what they are going through. So in this case also, the role of the occupational therapist is very vast. Then another thing, maintaining hygiene. As we all know how to maintain the hygiene, there's a lot of videos there, is available in the different platforms, the social media and the TVs and also. And another thing, like in this lockdown period, there is general loss of job. So there's so many people going through the immense anxiety disorder. So our roles comes there also, how to ease them, how to ease them their anxiety by just providing the counseling. Next is the post disaster management. Here is our main role. Our role basically lies in just to bridge digital divide, like poor versus rich. As poor are very prone for facing problem, and rich needed changes in the lifestyle. Because in lockdown period they might have done something out of the routine, and their routine is changed. So they need some changes in the lifestyle also, and occupational therapists can help them how to cope up with those changes. Then the helping nation. See, most of you are aware, even in the Delhi, DTC bus stop and all, those are like accessible for the physical disabled people also, and different kind of differently challenged people. So ideas behind that planning was an occupational therapist. So even in the same pandemic condition also, we can just guide the government for the policy implementation, how to prevent the post-stress traumatic disorder. So this is all about like what our role in this pandemic condition like COVID-19. Now I am just coming to the our another slide, which I will just talk about like what are the advice to keep yourself safe and the busy. So my first advice is just maintain the hygiene, especially the hand hygiene. As you all aware how to maintain the hand hygiene, like between your finger and all. These are like so many videos are available in different platforms, social media and the TV also, and these all are aware. And apart from the hand hygiene, you need to just take care of your another things, other part of the body also, and the different corner of your house also. Suppose some stranger are coming to your house, and if you are just purchasing the milk packet also, how do you have to sterile that packets and vegetable and disinfect that, right? And then the next thing is the scheduling. As during lockdown periods, some people they don't follow the routine. Suppose even yesterday I came across to one of the our patient. They came to our clinic and they were saying, "Sir, am I having the sleep disorder?" Then I said, no, this is not the sleep disorder. This is because of the change of your schedule. So whatever you are doing, see, lockdown पीरियड में जो भी हो रहा है, लोग क्या करते हैं अभी जाके, अगर वो उठेंगे उनका बेड टाइम ही चेंज हो जाता है. They wake up very late. They go to the sleep, very late in the nights. I just suggest them not to do that. Just maintain your daily routine. उनको ऐसा फील करना है कि लॉकडाउन हमारा अभी से हमारे को कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है, because so many people are they are working from the home also, and for that purpose they need to designate a particular one area in the house where they can work nicely and peacefully also. The third advice which I would like to give you people is the exposure of the sunlight. Since you people have confined yourself within the boundaries, so there might be you don't have the exposure of the sunlight. If you have a terrace and if you have the balcony, you must go there and feel the fresh air, feel the nature. By doing that, हो सकता है कि इसकी वजह से you might face the deficiency of the vitamin D also. So that is why you must go visit your terrace, must go to the balcony and have some exposure of the sunlight and the fresh air also. Then you can do some physical activities also, like breathing exercise. As you all know that breathing difficulty is one of the common symptoms in this condition. So you must go for must do the breathing exercise also. Then little bit stretching and other open chain and the closed chain exercise. When we talk about the open chain, that is normal stretching and skipping, something like that. And the closed chain, if you do the push-ups, crunches, those all exercises come under the closed chain. So whatever is you are comfortable with, you do some kind of physical activities also. And then what you can do is you can participate in some activities. See, lockdown is an opportunity for you. You take it as an opportunity because you are getting a lot of time to spend your quality time with your family member, with your children. and you have spare time, and you can use those time, in the building the new skill also. Suppose like cooking, reading books, there are so many online courses are available. So you can just grab that opportunity. You can go for the online courses also. Then I will talk about what are the advice for the parents to manage like differently able children. As I already spoke in the beginning also, don't try anything new. Since change, they cannot accept the change, because consistency is the one of the core thing that our child needs. Because change, I said earlier also, change in routine may be confusing because your child, and that may lead to the feeling of the fear and the frustration also, and their behavior might change. So what you have to do is, rather than introducing the new things suddenly, we should just focus on the ADL. ADL is some like activities of daily living. When we talk about the ADL, they are the basic ADL, like eating, toileting, dressing. But go beyond that, because your child is already getting training how to do and how to perform those ADL activities daily living through the different mode of therapy also. But you can just teach them how to fold the clothes. You can involve them in the peeling vegetables also. So this kind of activity you can introduce them, so that you can build this activity, ADL also, and you are just focusing the different part of the activities of daily living beyond the basic ADL. Then another thing comes, you have to establish consistent schedule for the waking up, because you just have to act in that way that there is no any changes is occurring just because of this lockdown. So you just need to make a schedule. Whatever you were doing earlier, you need to schedule even at the present also. Similarly, like waking up, schedule for the meals, schedule for the physical activity, schedule for the bedtime, and the other routine also. Then you can just involve them with the introducing the different book, games, and the project that your child really enjoys. Because by doing this, they don't have to have a feeling of the burden, because we don't have to give them those activity as a burden, but those activities like whatever he enjoy, whatever is like his or her favorite things, we can introduce those things also. Then arrange the designated time, as I earlier said already. Like if some of your child is using computer, depending on the age also, depending on like someone is 7-year-old, someone is 10-year-old, and in this age criteria, we definitely give this kind of electronic device, computer also. So you just designate time also and the separate area also. Then take some time to get fresh air. The important thing, your child may miss friends and the family also. If you're a school going child, obviously your child they miss their friends, because they don't talk with them, they don't play with them since so long. So it's obvious that the friends and the family member are being missed. So what my suggestion is, stay connected with those friends by the phone and the other electronic device also. You can just make a video call also to those friends and the family member. And sometimes there is anxiety also in the child, like why our school is closed for so long, because school is something which is closed only during the vacation, and this is not the vacation time. So you have to make them understand like why school is closed, so that by doing this anxiety you are just stopping and you are just anxiety जो उनको होएगा, anxiety से आप उनको बचा सकते हैं, right? So explain them like why school is closed, and when like how long they need to stay at the home only. And very important, you have to reassure a child that he is safe at the home. Okay, now for the like parents also, and this is not only for the parents, even for like those people also who are single, because they are also it's a kind of house arrest, they say. But I don't say this is as a house arrest. I would like to say this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity to build up the new skill. This is an opportunity, to spend the time with your near and dear ones, with your family members, with your children also. So by spending that quality time with your family members, you stay positive. And another thing, see, in this crisis situation, you have to keep the use of media and the cell phone minimum, because there are so many fake news are also circulating. Some people say it's very funny also. Even I have seen so many news. Cow urine, by having the cow urine, you can just minimize the effect of the COVID-19. By doing this, you can just prevent from the infection. So that is why my suggestion to all of you, that you have to minimize the use of the social medias and the cell phone also. And there is a new word called corona anxiety. So you have to avoid getting corona anxiety. See, mental health is very, very important thing which we need to really take care of during this condition. So how we will avoid the corona anxiety? So there is a table I would like to share with you. This is a growth mindset table. See, in the lockdown, our mindset is totally different from like our normal daily routine life. Suppose what our mind is under the lockdown still. Some people think, those who are really having the anxiety, that oh God, I am stuck at home. So what my suggestion is, you have to mind lockdown state. You need to go through that open-minded person. What you were doing during normal day-to-day life. So if someone is thinking that I am stuck at home, then they must understand that they are safe at the home. Then, and another thing, they are spending more time with with their family also, and with their children also. Similarly, some people think that I will run out of the item, I cannot buy anything new, everything is shutting down, I am panicking. And they must understand that the most important place, such as grocery place, medical facility, are still open, and they are just getting the basic foods, they are getting the basic milk and the medicine, whatever are the essential for daily living, they are still getting. So they need to think in that way also. So this is just a growth mindset table. This is just for an example I made it. I hope this will be helpful to all of you, how to get this. And another thing, see, how you have to keep busy. Just yesterday, some of my friends, they have posted on their WhatsApp status how they are enjoying this lockdown period. Let me share that photograph also. See, they are a brother. They made a Goa theme at their home only, and they are really enjoying their lockdown still. And see what status they put here: home Goa lockdown. Another chilling beast theme, lockdown. And really, and I just took their permission. I want to share your photographs to some of my parents also, and some of my patients also. So that they will stay positive, and they will also learn, and they will have an idea how to stay positive, and what are the things that we can do at our home also, just to reduce the anxiety. So these all are remedies, and these all are the things that you can do at your home. And by this, I just would like to conclude my presentation.
Thank you so much, Dr. Pathak. एक छोटी सी क्वेश्चन थी मेरे कुछ एक जो मेरे पास आया था यहाँ पे. तो देयर आर सम पेरेंट्स हु आर आस्किंग कि जैसे थेरेपिस्ट के पास तो जा नहीं पा रहे हैं, do they need to do some of the therapies that they have seen the therapist do in the session at home? It's just to replicate or to imitate. Is that something which is needed to be done, or is that something that should be done? Because a lot of people can think that मैंने तो ये देखा है ऐसे कराते हुए. Sometimes maybe it's about a pressure thing or something on the some tools or some kind of an activity. So should parents do that?
Exactly. See, when, for example, that you said that applying the pressure and applying, all the joint compression, but still I suggest not to do that at your own only, because you might not aware how much pressure is required over there. इससे ऐसा कि उनको कुछ हमें और प्रॉब्लम बचाए, हमें और प्रॉब्लमेटिक नहीं बनाना है. But some of my friends are doing, they are providing the online therapy session also. So you may ask your therapist to provide that online therapy. Suppose you are going for the therapy and your therapy duration is 45 minutes, then you can ask them. We just provide the 45 minutes to our children. And there are so many therapists, so many OTs, so many educators, so many speech therapists. They all are providing this online therapy center, online therapy services. So you might ask them also.
Right. But online therapy is also something that they may recommend, they may show you. But actual therapy to ho nahi pati because there's such a physical and a touch point based service. So, how does that online therapist would help? In the current situation?
See, benefit of the online therapy is अभी जो उनकी consistency टूट रही है, consistency नहीं टूटेगी सबसे पहला चीज, क्योंकि अगर मान लीजिए उनको therapy, we don't provide them the therapy, हो सकता है वो हमें और problematic हो जाए. अगर हम 1 month का 20 days का या 30 days का हम gap देते हैं, तो like that is a huge gap.
Right.
हमें फिर उनको फिल करने में ज़्यादा टाइम लग सकता है. आप वो दे सकते हैं. But yes, it is true that there is no direct contact between child and the therapist. But still, you can take the help. Like as a parents, what you can do over there, like in your home, and जो कुछ भी therapy है, ऐसा नहीं कि suppose like if we are just providing the pressure, so it's not like that. We can only do that by providing the pressure manually also. There are some other games also. There are some other activities also. By doing that activity, your child might also get the pressure. उसी में हमारा वो चीज हो सकता है. तो आप वो एक्टिविटी क्या है, हमें कैसे एक्टिविटी डिजाइन करना है, ये आपको थेरेपिस्ट ही गाइड करेंगे.
Absolutely, because every kid is different and their need and their solutions and their approach would also be different. So that is another advantage when you're doing these online sessions. You'll be able to recommend basis the need and the condition of the child that is under discussion. Dr. Pathak, thank you so much. This was so useful. आपने अपना कीमती समय निकाल के हमारे साथ जुड़े और आपको बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं. आप बहुत अच्छे काम कर रहे हैं. I wanted to also share with our audience that Dr. Pathak is personally going out on the street, meeting with the poor and the underprivileged, and he and his team are organizing food, and please support that initiative. I'm going to put their details in the description box below, as well as where you can contribute, if you are interested to help, how and where you can contribute. So there will be information in the description box of how you can support them. So please support such people, such Corona warriors, and we need more of such people, especially in times we are all living now. Once again, thank you, Dr. Pathak. I really, really wish you all the very best for your future.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.